to stay perfect at home, the San Diego Loyal returning here to Torero Stadium. 4 wins in 4 matches to start the year tonight. And welcome in El Paso Locomotive. Good to be with you, ladies and gentlemen. Jack Cronin, Hall of Famer, Shannon McMillian with you tonight, brought to you by the Rincon Tribe. And Shannon, San Diego is off to a perfect start here at Torero Stadium.
Yes, they've called it the Fortress. It's so difficult to come in here. They are a perfect 4-0 at home, the only team left in the league with an undefeated clean sheet at home.
4-0-0 to start the year. Perfect at home, 14 points overall for San Diego. It's been an incredible run to start 2023 here at the Fortress of Torero Stadium. For El Paso Locomotive, they started out slow but had a great run here, undefeated in their last 4.
They were off to a rough start, losing all 3 of their first games, but they found their form and they've bounced back. In the last 4 games, they are now unbeaten. We're looking at a battle of 2 teams in the last 4 games that are both unbeaten.
Incredible run here for both these sides in the last 4. El Paso is 3-0-1 coming here to San Diego. And again, it contrasts with how they started out the season, but they've gotten things on track here to start the year, coming on the road now to Southern California.
Yeah, and it's going to be a difficult one tonight, but they are undefeated on the road.
Incredible, look at this. 3-0-1 to start the season, and they've turned things around. Brian Carhaupt is their manager, and he has pretty good experience with a couple of San Diego players from his time in Sweden. Joe Corona, Ronaldo Damos, very familiar with what El Paso has done here. They're in great form coming into tonight. Our player to watch is brought to you by SDG&E. How about Joe Corona in the U.S. Open Cup?
Oh, Corona, he was magic the other night, coming off a 2-goal performance that sparked the Loyal one of many comeback efforts Wednesday night. His experience and his leadership brings so much calm out there. He helps lock down the midfield for San Diego Loyal.
He's been named the USL Team of the Week. On the other side, Lucho's the leading goal scorer on the year for El Paso with 4 on the season.
Yeah, and with those 4 goals in the last 3 games, he became El Paso's all-time leading scorer. Look for him to be trying to be as active as possible in that final third tonight.
30 career goals for El Paso. He leads the attack for Locomotive as they come to San Diego. Our lineups are brought to you by Rady Children's Hospital, and for San Diego, getting back to full form a little bit for Loyal.
Yeah, Loyal will be in their familiar 3-5-2 with Moon and Perez both putting the mileage in out wide on the flanks. Guido is a welcome sight back in the Loyal lineup, especially with the mileage that players have this week. He will return and from injury, and look for him to be connecting with Ronaldo and Conway, trying to get in behind El Paso Locomotive.
Welcome back for number 10 for San Diego. For El Paso, number 9 up top. Lucho leads the attack, but they got plenty of other guys who can get the job done.
Yeah, no changes for Locomotive after last week, and why would you change when they've been on a 4-game unbeaten streak? Keep your eyes on number 10, Castician. He is very active. He's a player that Nate Miller, for San Diego Loyal coach, says is very special.
Petrovic also has 2 goals on the season. They are 3-3-1 coming in. San Diego 4-1-2, 14 points, second place out west. It's a Western Conference matchup here tonight as San Diego tries to remain perfect at home from Torero Stadium. The opening kick coming up next here in San Diego.
Now we're at a point where we are ready to grow in a real way.
Never underestimate the journey of a champion, because most champions are seldom celebrated. Palomar Health, champions of healthcare, champions for you.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Yeah.
Sick.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Did you know that every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care? A 2-year or 25,000-mile maintenance plan and roadside assistance. That's the value you can expect from Toyota.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
San Diego and El Paso here tonight. 60 degrees at kickoff from Torero Stadium in San Diego. As the marine layer creeps in from Mission Bay in the Pacific Ocean, we are ready to roll tonight in front of a packed house at Torero Stadium. One lineup change for Loyal. Tumi Moshoban is in the starting 11 now for Nate Miller in place of Evan Conway. It's a last-minute change, a late scratch from the lineup. Loyal will go with 6 subs here tonight with Moshoban into the starting lineup.
Yeah, we have little information on what happened, but as we said, Loyal are on their 3rd game within 7 days. It's been a heavy load on the players. We don't know much what happened to Conway, and hopefully it's something that just needs a little bit more time.
So Moshoban into the lineup for Evan Conway, and San Diego will start with possession in their Tory green kits. El Paso in the all-white jerseys here tonight. And Joe Corona on the USL Team of the Week off 2 goals in the Open Cup. Springs the attack forward for San Diego. Ronaldo Damos up top for Loyal. So Shan, let's kind of feel out how San Diego now will be on the attack, either with Moshoban and Damos up top, Guido right behind him.
Yeah, and the key, Nate Miller said, is they want to get Damas behind the back line, force Yuma to chase and face his own goal. So they're going to look to have some more verticality to their game tonight.
A look pass from Guido springs things forward for San Diego. Moon still with it, with the touchline. Moon, the early cross, and right to nets. This is Benny Diaz, who started all 7 matches so far for El Paso, played every minute in net so far this year for Locomotive.
Yeah, and Moon made that a little too easy. Diaz read that. He was so pinned tight on that end line, he had no options but to cut it back. Diaz does well to come off his line for an easy grab at his 6-yard box.
So Moshoban, who has been playing in the 10 role quite a bit this season, especially with Guido out. Now that Guido returns for Loyal and Conway is out, Moshoban up top with Ronaldo Damos, the all-time leading scorer for Loyal with 17 in his now 4-year career. Charlie Adams wearing the captain's armband tonight, playing in the midfield with Corona. Off his 2-goal performance in Seattle, his first 2 in a Loyal jersey, a penalty kick and a free kick goal for Corona. Adams and Guido in the midfield. This will be chipped all the way back for Coque Vegas. And our injury report here tonight is brought to you by Synergy Orthopedics. Obviously with a late scratch for San Diego. Loyal are also without Elliot Collier and Blake Bodley here tonight.
Yeah, and Collier and Bodley, not sure what the extent of their injuries are, but it is a long season. I'm sure we're going to see them again at some point. Whereas for Locomotive Aguilas, he's out for the year with an ACL.
As is Ebby for San Diego, dearly missed by Loyal. Our injury report brought to you by Synergy Orthopedics. For this 5th home match of the season for Loyal. 4 wins in as many tries to start the year here at home. Guido on the build-up has started out of the back with Coque Vegas in net. Incredible player with the ball at his feet. Here's Moshoban. And cut off for the first real build-up now for El Paso. Locomotive in great undefeated form coming into tonight in San Diego, moving their way up the Western Conference standings. 3 wins and a draw in their last 4. Here's Petrovic with 2 goals. And Sweden. Navarro with 1 goal on the season as well out of Barcelona. And they'll play all the way back. Our keys to the contest are brought to you by the San Diego County Toyota dealers. Our keys to the match here this evening.
And for San Diego Loyal, they want to be the ones controlling the tempo and the pace of the game with the long week.
Broken up there in the back.
with the long week, they want to have the ability to slow the game down, and they want to be effective in that final third, get a goal early and get a hold of the game. Whereas for Locomotive, they've got to win the midfield battle. With 4 in the midfield against Loyal's 5, can they essentially win that battle? And they want to possess and make Loyal chase to try to wear out and put more effort on those fatigued legs as is.
So on the restarts, Stoneman breaking things up for San Diego. Back line for Loyal tonight. Kyle Adams, who had an absolute wonder shot of a goal in the U.S. Open Cup. On the left side, Stoneman in central defense, and Elijah Martin on the right.
That was an absolute banger for Kyle Adams. Late in the game, seconds left, steps up, just blasts it with his left foot. What a stage to do that on for the New Zealand national teamer. Many more for him to come, but way to step up and on a massive stage like that to tie the game for your team.
One of the best goals we have seen for Loyal throughout these 4 seasons of their play. And as Shannon mentioned, indeed, Adams has worked his way up to international duty already this season, back in March. International duty with New Zealand.
You hear the 13?
As he pairs with Stoneman and Martin on the back line.
And if you're a center back and you're scoring, that's definitely going to get the attention of the New Zealand national team coach. Not only did he score that banger, but he can score with his head, push up on those set pieces.
Career highlight goal for Adams. This one will ricochet around and be back for Coque Vegas, who immediately starts the counter for San Diego. Big welcome back match for Alejandro Guido. Missed the last several with injury for San Diego, but is back as the number 10.
Yeah, definitely a welcome sight for Loyal. And what you like there, that's your number 10, all the way back in your defensive box, putting the work in. He knows his team's grinded out 2 games this week. He's going to take the load and try to do as much as he can to help out both ends of the field, not just offensively, but defensively as well.
And here he is, Guido, starting the run, cutting it to his left, trying to thread it on through. Back for Perez. Adrian Perez into the box.
Oh, here we go.
Locomotive have done well to recover defensively. Get a whistle here against Corona. An early card for Joe Corona. 7th minute card for Corona.
And that's someone who sits and holds as your number 6. Corona now has to be smart, especially with Loyal only down to 6 subs. We'll get a look at it here. I think that's a pretty soft call. I think he made a meal of that, but they're both going for the ball. It wasn't like he came through him from behind, but the referee wants to get a handle on things early and limit those fouls. Quick to her pocket.
So it'll be restart for El Paso. Collision in the midfield. El Paso stays with it. Petrovic. Zacharias. Eric Calvillo. Palmdale. USL veteran. Pavkovic into the box. And that's what goes a goal kick.
You can already see defensively a tactical change for Loyal. We're used to Loyal pressing and putting the back line of their opponents under pressure from the get-go. They're sitting back more, trying to be a little bit more compact and organized. I think that's to try to save legs. They're going to pick and choose when to make those runs. And then just stay organized, especially defensively, and limit the chances.
San Diego's always been good at switching sides. As they play it back and forth, and those 3 in the back line.
You can't say it enough, the confidence they have in Coque Vegas, their goalkeeper, who comes out as a 4th defender for them. It's an extra option with his feet. Speaks to the trust they have in Coque, but also his ability.
Well, not every team, not every keeper can do that. And in fact, it's very rare in many parts of the world. But Vegas has been so good. Guido staying with it and finally taken down. This will be a card as well. Well played by the official to allow play on first and then the call.
Absolutely. That is definitely more of a yellow card than the other one we saw. Guido was fighting him off. The referee let play go to see if Guido would get some separation, but when he doesn't, she goes back, she makes the call, gives the well-earned yellow there for Calvillo. But that's what it's going to take tonight. Alejandro Guido is going to have some of that Guido magic and be that spark for the team.
So Joe Corona, who scored on a free kick in Seattle this week. Charlie Adams will stand over for San Diego. It will be Corona. Sending it in. Kyle Adams on the receiving end and just long.
It's a great ball by Corona. It was far enough to the back post that Diaz had to stay on his line and respect that. Kyle Adams just, unfortunately, with this sliding effort, unable to get something on that. But that's a good look, and that's where tonight is going to be even more important for Loyola to capitalize on all their set pieces.
Certainly did that midweek. They're playing their third match in 7 days as Stoneman recovers, and Adams will draw the contact.
Yeah, and that free kick that Corona had against Seattle was a thing of beauty.
Amazing night overall. He earned the USL Team of the Week honors from the previous match for San Diego, the Tampa Bay match, and then went to Seattle and pulled off an amazing night.
Yeah, and he very similar to Colin Martin. They're both two very calm, experienced players that just do the dirty work.
Moon into the box, does get a cross away. Paso now will try and spring forward. Zacharias with Corona giving back chase. And chipped high. On the attempts, Kostyshin, the Ukrainian native, going high. Great to see him out there with the flag pre-match in the lineups. Support for his home country. That attempt goes high.
Yeah, you love to see that. And a player that has so much pride in his home country, giving him love from afar. I think he would have wanted to have the ability to take another touch on that. That ball was coming across with such pace. You have to hit it perfectly to challenge the keeper, but it just flies over. No trouble at all for Koke Vegas.
Adrian Perez, who scored here last time out against Tampa Bay, the game winner. His first in a Loyal jersey, coming all the way back here defensively for Loyal.
That's the stuff that Coach Miller likes to see. Perez gives it, it's an easy turnover, gives it away, but he does the work defensively to get it back for his team.
San Diego will play on. Adams out wide for Perez. Gets across through.
That was a good no call on that play earlier to before Loyal broke. Rose goes down screaming, but he realizes the referee's not giving the call. He's able to bounce back up. She called his bluff. And Loyal just need to be a little bit more precise on their balls in the final third. Right now they're on the ground right in the 6-yard box, but there's plenty of Locomotive defenders back there.
Zacharias across the back line and cleared in to the net. Off the foot and in. Zacharias got behind the defense. And El Paso have struck first here in the 14th. So an early goal on the road for Locomotive.
It's just unfortunate for San Diego Loyal. A deflection here. It's good build-up by Locomotive. Zacharias gets in behind Charlie Adams, and Kyle Adams slides. Just bad deflection that pops over the head of Koke Vegas. Nothing Koke could have done on that. Adams trying to get down, but not enough of the ball. And just the power from Zacharias allows it to just pop over Koke's head.
Replays here tonight brought to you by IBEW 569, the Electricians Union. And so an early goal for El Paso. From our vantage point up here, it looked like Adams would have gotten enough to clear it before it hit net, but it ricocheted in, going actually back post. That's how well it was struck.
Yeah, and it's a great through ball. It broke the lines for Locomotive, put Loyal under pressure. Charlie Adams was trying to recover to get there. Kyle Adams was trying to recover. And at that point, all you can do as a defender is slide and hope for the best. And unfortunately, they're just not the bounce for San Diego Loyal.
So Loyal find themselves down. There was an injury for El Paso behind the play. Mark Navarro was actually going to come out for El Paso, and Miles Lyons out of Tucson, Arizona is going to come in to replace him. So unfortunately for Locomotive, they do get the goal, but they've suffered an injury as well on the same play. So Navarro is now out of the match here in just the 15th minute.
And this will be a straight up change. Lyons has been used to playing on the right back there, so he slides in place for Navarro.
Elisha Martin. And out for San Diego.
Now, if anything, Loyal need to stay calm. What they learned from last Wednesday was they can come back. They need a little bit more of that magic here tonight.
Perez was charging into the 18. And Benny Diaz comes out to it. The LA native who played for Tijuana, the Cholos. We welcome those of you joining us here on Fox 5 San Diego. El Paso Locomotive have struck first, a 1-0-0 advantage here in the 17th minute. As Locomotive got behind the line, and then Ricardo Zacharias struck first for his third of the season for El Paso. San Diego coming home here, perfect so far, 4 wins in 4 matches. This is their 5th home match at Torero Stadium, the University of San Diego. El Paso undefeated in their last 4, 3-0-1, and they have struck first.
And outside of that goal, it's actually been a very even matchup tonight. The goal and bad deflection, Kyle Adams sliding in to try to block that, but bounces over Koke Vegas. But again, outside of that, it's been a very, so far, well-matched battle out here of 2 teams that have been undefeated in their last 4 games.
Both teams in great form coming into this evening's matchup. And it's El Paso that struck first, so we're in the 18th now. El Paso in the white jerseys. With possession, San Diego in the Tory green here at home. Each side's made a couple of subs either right before the match or during this match as well. Mark Navarro went out with an injury. Miles Lyons in for El Paso. For San Diego, Tumi Moshoban was a late insert into the lineup, late scratch for Evan Conway, San Diego's leading scorer on the season with 3 goals in USL play. Out for this match, Loyal playing with 6 subs here this evening.
Yeah, and 6 subs on a night where you're going to need probably all 7 of them. Can't say it enough, the load that's been on the San Diego Loyal this week, with this being their 3rd game, Wednesday night's game going into extra time as well, plus the travel. It's going to take something really special, and Loyal really need to dig deep.
Beautiful sliding stop from Nick Moon. Locomotive will play it back to keeper. Benny Diaz in net. This will go out wide. A turnover. San Diego will take possession. Corona. Rafa Perez. Beautiful work. The cross is through. Damos. Got a head on it. He goes high.
And that's a much better cross for San Diego Loyal. Damos not really to get his head over that ball, though. But what I really like is how the referee's letting him play. She's calling the bluffs of a lot of these dives and slides out here.
Well, this is how El Paso went ahead. 14-minute early goal from Zacharias.
And it's just a nice, lovely little through ball. You see there, both Adams are chasing back, and as Kyle Adam goes to ground, the shot from Zacharias just catches the right spot, spins over the head of Coque Vegas. An unfortunate goal. But other than that, it's been an even match, as we said. Referee again, letting them play on. See, they're just collision, all fighting for the ball there. No foul.
Moon coming through. Set ahead, Damos. On the end of the run. Keeper's out wide. Damos. The whistle here. It will be a restart for San Diego near the touchline. And Loyal will have what effectively be a short corner from that spot.
But that was such a great ball over the top because it was bending away. It actually caught Diaz. I think he expected a different spin on it. He was already committed. And you see there, he's just trying to fight and get some help because he's outside his box. Damas goes down. Unfortunate that Loyal couldn't get a cross off, but yeah, you see there, Lyons just comes through the backside of Ronaldo. Now we need a good service here.
It'll be Joe Corona on the restart for San Diego.
He's got an option with Charlie Adams top of the box too, if he wants to play it short.
Swinging in, headed off the post! Still alive, and it cleared! Wait, let's see.
Unfortunate that that did not get across the line on the initial try here. Beautiful bending ball, and Corona absolutely avoids Diaz, and it's Stoneman off the sidebar. Ronaldo, I think, caught by surprise. He's unable to get a clean look at it. But look at this ball just bending in, and it just drops right there for Stoneman. Oh, that was so close. And then referee ended up calling a foul on Loyal.
And that's what the whistle was late. So it will be an extended goal kick. You know, Loyal, with the addition of Corona, already with Adams, the restart, the set pieces for San Diego really been ratcheted up here.
Oh, 100% with Corona. That, again, the experience that he brings, the service is second to none. We saw it Wednesday night. We've seen it here tonight already as well.
Well, Brian Clark's going to pick up a yellow. First-year head coach for El Paso, was in Sweden, in fact, with Joe Corona and Ronaldo Damos on the club team. He was the interim manager, 15 matches, and has come here to the USL, where they've had this great run of form.
Yeah, that's obviously for getting in the ear of the fourth or the AR. Not sure what could be complaining about.
You can buy the newest SD Loyal gear, including kits, Charlie collection, some unique designs you can't find anywhere else. It's all at the shop. Head online today to theshop.sdloyal.com or visit the shop in person in Mission Valley. Guido. Right for Moon. Paso doing well to come up to it.
Yeah, they read that well. Moon was trying to free Damus.
Lions into the contest. Zacharias, who's already scored.
That's just
clear.
great cover by Elijah Martin there, stepping in to get a toe on that one. Otherwise, Zacharias is walking that in for his second opportunity.
Lions plays it in. Moon looking ahead for Moshaban.
That's someone we haven't called too much tonight. Usually we see a little bit more from Moshaban. He's a little more active.
Petrovic on the overlap. Borelli. Long cross in.
Oh boy.
And it taken long. Single match tickets are on sale right now. They start just $15, including the next home match here at Torreo Stadium. It'll be Saturday, May 13th, 7 p.m. Rio Grande Valley coming to town. SDLoyal.com/tickets for all the info. SDLoyal.com/tickets. They start at just $15. How far out Vegas is here. Playing near midfield with his feet.
He's higher up the field than his center back, Stoneman. But again, that just speaks to the confidence and his ability on the ball.
A perfect pass for Toomey ahead. Damos, the touchline.
That's that run from Damus that Coach Nate wants to see. Blindside and getting in behind Yuma. Just not able to really get too much on that ball before it was going so fast it was going to roll out. It's a smart play by Borelli, Team of the Week honors. He knows that Moshaban's coming. He just absorbs that. Takes a foul. But that's what Toomey, he's letting him out of pressure too easily. Just get there, stand him up, force him to do something, and keep the pressure in that final third. But now he allows them to reset, chew some time off the clock, and clear out with no pressure. Looks like Borelli hurt his wrist as he took that dive.
Lucho will maintain possession. He draws the contact. Restart for Locomotive, leading 1-0. 28th minute here in San Diego tonight. San Diego with their Charlie home, away, and goalkeeper kits now on sale. Visit the shop.sdloyal.com to get yours today. Home, away, and the keeper kits as well. All of the Charlie collection for 2023. Shop.sdloyal.com. That restart doesn't go too far. Charlie Adams, the chance here. Crowd was looking for a whistle. One for Petrovic, and cut up by Elijah Martin.
It's just well read by Elijah to not only read that, but have that extra gear to get there and step in front of Petrovic.
Vegas again, well toward midfield. The strength of the game at his feet for Coque Vegas. Experienced the top 2 flights of Spanish soccer. coming here last season for San Diego.
I think we're seeing him as far up the field as we are because El Paso's sitting back defensively. They're inviting him to come up. They're getting organized and compact within their own half, which gives more space to Koke. If you're loyal, you got to get Guido more involved. We saw a lot of him early, but not so much as the game's gone on. He's the one that's going to have the fresher legs. He's the heart and soul of the team offensively more often than not. They want to get the ball to his feet and let him create.
Ramos. Two defenders. Paso collapsing well defensively.
Yeah, that's a great recovery effort, and Rose able to step in on Toomey. Or Ronaldo.
Rose of Australia. Back line with Yuma. Madrid, Spain. Lucha. Zacharias. His third of the season is the difference so far. Rally for Petrovic.
It's the possession we talked about. El Paso, they want to move the ball side to side, make Loyal chase.
Quick move from Moon. Ahead, Ronaldo.
It's just a little too heavy on that final ball from Moon.
San Diego reset here. Beautiful work from Moon. Guido tried to return the favor. The back heel look. Instead, El Paso steps in front. Now a chance here for Locomotive. Estishin. The stutter step move, he goes long range and just goes high. It was a very decent attempt at it from that far out.
Yeah, he struck that well. That ball was knuckling and dipping and just over the crossbar. But he's the type of player, Coach Nate said, he's very special. You give him that much space, he's gonna punish you. But thankfully for Loyal, that one went over the bar.
Yeah, that was a good look. From that far out, it was diving toward the crossbar. San Diego's back home at Torero Stadium Saturday, May 13th, 7 p.m. Next home match here, Rio Grande Valley coming to town. Ticket start is just $15. They're on sale right now. sdloyal.com/tickets, 858-465-GOAL. sdloyal.com/tickets starting at just $15, including May 13th, Saturday night, 7 p.m. at home here against Rio Grande Valley.
Paso are very organized. You can tell they've spent the week scouting San Diego Loyal. They're very organized defensively, and they're solving being outnumbered in the midfield by squeezing the game. They're inviting Loyal to use the flanks. And they're shifting and helping each other out and covering very well. It's going to be difficult for Loyal to break down unless they look to break the lines with those precise passes.
Moon. Back for Corona. Shaban tracking all the way back, and he'll find Stoneman.
See both coaches very active and vocal on their sidelines. Clarhout with a yellow card already. Needs to make sure he's not directing that at the referees or the other team. see here, Elijah just a little late sliding in. Ball was going out.
Way back. Zacharias now. Petrovic going long range, and again another good look from distance for El Paso.
And I think there Grant Stoneman needs to call off Joe Corona. They're both going up for the same header. Stoneman's coming towards the ball. He has the better look. He needs to call Corona off that so he can win it, because that miscommunication left Petrovic wide open. Thankfully, just wide of the goal. But that came from a miscommunication on a head ball in the middle of the field.
Moshaban ahead, looking for Damas. All the way back for Diaz. If you're looking for flexibility and a great deal on San Diego Loyal tickets, you can take 4 or more home matches the rest of the way here for the 2023 home season. Enjoy some exclusive benefits along the way. sdloyal.com/tickets for your flex plan. At least 4 matches here for San Diego.
A little bit of magic there, dancing on the ball by the captain, Charlie Adams. Boy, I would love nothing more than to tie this game up before the half.
36th minutes, 10 to go. Charlie Adams trying to get a crossing, and it ricochets up into the crowd.
Referee's having a word there with Lyons. I think she's done a really good job keeping control of this game, letting the plays play on when needed. She's done a great job out here, and San Diego Loyal, stuff like that's only going to get the crowd more into the game. Without a doubt, Loyal have some of the best supporters groups in the league, with the locals and the Chavos and the Rainbow Loyals. Great fan base that know the game. Plays like that are only going to feed more energy into them, which feeds more energy into the players on the field.
Yeah, I agree on all fronts there. Absolutely. I mean, it's, you know, I think the officials done a wonderful job. Referee in this case early, both advantage play, but also discipline. And at the same time, here, we got a packed house Saturday night in San Diego. Absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, and more often than not, you see and hear too much of the referees. And when you're seeing and hearing the whistle too much, it takes away from the game. So to have the control is a refreshing sight.
Select is the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit SelectSportAmerica.com for the latest Select products, specials. Select is the player's choice and the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship.
Off ball love between Stoneman and Lucho. Those two have been going at each other all night, both trying to plead their case. She says, I see ya, calm it down. But Lucho needs to, I'm sure he expects that. All-time leading scorer, you're gonna draw that attention, that one-on-one attention like that Stoneman's been giving him all night.
Corona looking ahead, Damos. Stays with it. Moshaban came back to it. Ricochets forward, and now a chance for El Paso, another cutoff from Elijah Martin. Corona. We're on to the 40th minute, presented by Sequan. Happy 40th anniversary to Sequan Casino Resort, visual casino partner of the San Diego Loyal. We celebrate all year at Sequan with promotions, entertainment, and special events. Sequan.com for all the details on their 40th anniversary. We celebrate here in the 40th minute.
Charlie Adams with the big cross to the far post, but you actually saw Guido trailing. He wanted that ball cut back for a shot. You see him communicate that to Charlie Adams after that. That was a good buildup. Loyal need to use this momentum they've gained right now and get back in the game on the score sheet.
Don't miss a minute of the action here in 2023, whether your club's at home or on the road. Nearly every second of the USL Championships at ESPN+, the home of the USL, La Liga, MLS, the Bundesliga, UFC, and more. All on ESPN+. Sign up at plus.espn.com. Whistle here goes back to El Paso.
Crowd's letting the ref have it, but I think she was right. Kyle Adams there, I think if he just slowed his momentum and held him up a little bit, take away his options, but instead he runs through his backside. And again, lets El Paso out of pressure.
On the 42nd minute here, 1-0 El Paso. Early goal from Zacharias, and has proven to be the difference so far. As we wind our way toward the end of the first half. Adrian Perez, his goal last weekend for San Diego. Game winner against Tampa Bay. Nick Moon on the switch for Guido.
It's going to be interesting the changes that Coach Nate Miller is going to do at halftime. Usually we've spoken volumes about the depth that Loyal have, but they're down to 6 subs, one of which is your backup goalkeeper. Injuries and fatigue from the week. Just what tactical changes and how is he going to get these guys ready for the second half?
3 matches in 7 days. Speaking of that keeper, Duran Ferri, the youngest shutout ever in net in USL Championship history. Last weekend, the 1-0 win over Tampa Bay. Incredible. Here's Corona. Waiting to send it in. Moon. Firing away, and it's just wide from Thomas.
That came in so fast for Damus, he couldn't really get a foot on it. It actually bounces off of him more than a shot, because that came in so fast and so hard from Nick Moon. See here, Corona chips that to the back post. Yuma flicks it on and Moon takes it down. Second touch is whipped in, just catches him off guard again. Just 2 times in front of goal, Ronaldo just wasn't quite ready, caught off guard and didn't have that finishing touch.
Right spot though. San Diego has been knocking on the door a couple of times. Moshaban taken down.
And that's why Ronaldo is the goal scorer he is, he puts himself in those opportunities. And yes, they might not have fallen yet tonight, but if he keeps doing that, one of them are bound to go in. And the good thing is it's late in the half. Loyal have more energy and they're surging right now. They just got to capitalize on it.
Perez on the overlap for Adams. Adams! Right to Diaz.
There's another one. I think if he cuts it back to Perez, Perez can take a touch. Diaz actually ate that one up right at the near post. But it's a good ending to the half with Loyal. They have the momentum and they're showing the energy.
Turnover here. And Guido, for arguing here, is going to get a yellow.
And the reason for that is Guido is yelling at the ref because two players were sandwiching him. He's sitting on the ball, though. You can't play the ball from the ground and then to pop up and yell at the referee. He's getting the card for dissent, not for the actual foul itself. See there, he goes down and he's just sitting on it. It's a tough call, but the yellow card comes from him getting in the ref's face right after.
3 minutes of stoppage time here in the first half. Moon with the takeaway. Corona. And thread that one through for Damos.
You see Guido pressing up there. It's almost like he's playing higher than Moshoban. I don't know if that's just from the flow of the game.
Taken through, and this will be a goal kick.
Or if Moshoban and Guido have actually changed positionally.
At least here for the final few minutes of the half, it does appear that way. Guido up top with Damos, and Moshoban back to that number 10 role.
Could be a way to try to find Guido in more space, let him push in between the lines and look to pick it up between the back line and the midfield for Locomotive.
Evan Conway, a late scratch here just before kickoff tonight for San Diego. Leading goal scorer in the season with 3 in USL play. Another in the Open Cup.
And it's tough to see for Loyal because he and Ronaldo were really getting some chemistry up top as the two front runners.
They paired together in that second half on Wednesday in Seattle.
Yeah, and making runs off of each other. They know if one's coming to, the other one's making the diagonal run, the vertical run. So you can see there's a little disconnect in that final third that I think will get sorted out.
We'll place it ahead for Guido. With the cross, Damos. And cleared out wide. Toomey.
Look at that defense. 3 players closing down the wall. Locomotive know how good Loyal are, and they're putting the work in defensively. Every time a Loyal player gets it, it's not just one player, but 2 or 3 players closing them down.
We're going to get an injury check here for El Paso right at the end of the half.
She stopped that because it's an injury to the head, which calls for automatic stoppage of play no matter where the ball is. Player safety has to be the utmost priority.
This comes late in stoppage time.
When it comes to our familia, we all have our own flavor and expression. At Tequila de Corralejo, we believe sharing our individuality is what makes gathering together so fun. Here's to those who stand tall and share their passion.
injury timeout for Calvillo.
It's always a good sign after stoppage of play for a head injury to see a player walking out off the field on their own free will. He just catches Toomey's knee as Toomey's trying to hurdle over him.
And that'll do it for our first 45. So 1-0 El Paso here on the road for Locomotive. An early goal for Ricardo Zacharias, his third of the season, 14th minute. The difference here in our first half.
Yeah, and outside of that goal, which was a bit of a fluke, it's been a really even battle, but I think San Diego Loyal got the better of the play as the half wore on, so they're going to need to come out and start the second half that same way and try to equalize.
San Diego trying to remain perfect at home here. They have won all 4 of their matches to start the season here at Torero Stadium, but trailing at the break tonight. El Paso ahead 1-0 this evening.
Adventure awaits. USC Credit Union is now Blue Peak. From buying your first home to booking that bucket list trip, we're saving for your golden years. Blue Peak is here to support all your life adventures, and we've been doing it for more than 85 years. Today, we are proud to serve broad and diverse communities and deliver the personalized service you deserve. So go ahead, blaze your own trail, and become a Blue Peak member today. Visit us online at bluepeak.com.
The thing that I'm most proud of is the fact that we've always stood up for what's right. Rincon was the first tribe to have gaming, so it's really evolved into something that benefits everyone. Our people benefited, we're up out of poverty. The local surrounding communities have benefited, they get additional services that we never had. When you have the opportunity to give back and help, you should step up. It's a responsibility to help others like we were helped. We were given a chance, we're paying back.
This is why. These kids, these happy, healthy kids, they're the reason Rady Children's Hospital in San Diego was the first in the world to use ultra-rapid whole genome sequencing to diagnose and begin precise treatment for a critically ill baby in just 13 hours, taking a family from desperation to treatment. Because at Rady Children's, your kids always come first.
1-0 El Paso here at the break in San Diego tonight. Locomotive on top thanks to a 14th minute goal. Our hero of the match is brought to you here tonight in San Diego. The United States Marine Corps Corporal Dennis Mitchell III, originally from Deerfield Beach, Florida. Corporal Mitchell enlisting in the Marine Corps in June of 2020, assigned to headquarters and service battalion, the Marine Corps Recruit Depot in San Diego since July of 21. He's a military dog handler, as you can see. And he was recently awarded the Navy and Marine Corps Commendation Medal for saving a father and son from drowning here in Coronado in San Diego. We say thank you to Dennis Mitchell III. Corporal, thank you. United States Marine Corps here in San Diego. Well, Loyal in their third match in 7 days. The win over Tampa Bay at home, then on the road, Shannon McMillan, to Seattle for the U.S. Open Cup. What an incredible contest this was.
It was amazing. 5-4 is the final, but you see there the first goal, a little miscommunication, Loyal freeze, you gotta play out to that whistle, Seattle play through and get that easy goal. And then again, Loyal found themselves down 2-0. Many thought the game was over. Lovely through ball right here. The ball's whipped in. Koke not able to get a hold of it cleanly. Oh, and then there, first one back, handball. Elijah Martin makes something out of nothing. This is what we talked about. Joe Corona wearing the captain's armband at that point, puts it up. Any questions, finishes it. And then there, Koke again gets beat near post as a goalkeeper. You never want to get beat near post, but Corona 3-2 with a beautiful free kick. It was goal back and forth, and this one, last seconds of the game, the New Zealander Kyle Adams steps up with the banger, and then Baker Whiting says, I can do that too. We're in overtime. Plays like that. Simba, first touch on the ball, makes the coach look brilliant. Goal. But then this one, tough to have that call. Last seconds of overtime. Seattle Sounders advance in the US Open Cup. But what a valiant fight for San Diego Loyal.
9 goals on Wednesday night. An incredible game. San Diego here at home now trying to come back against El Paso. We're at Torero Stadium.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Now we're at a point where we are ready to grow in a real way.
El Paso in front here, 1-0 after our first 45. San Diego would need a comeback here to get their 5th win at home as many tries. As we go around the USL, Loyal coming into tonight with the 3rd most points outside of the 2 conference leaders. And we say thank you to Jake Edwards. What a rise it has been for this league under his tenure, and he will now step down a decade with the league and 8 years as president.
And he's done such a great job helping this championship, the league in general, just move forward. And the second point there speaks to that. 8 USL teams remain in the US Open Cup round of 32. We saw Monterey Bay beat San Jose Earthquakes of the MLS the other day. And USL Championship on ESPN. Louisville City got Miami rolling into town on Mother's Day, May 13th. Day before Mother's Day, we should say.
I mean, it's a full weekend. It's a full weekend here, of course.
Absolutely.
So that'll be on ESPN2. USL on ESPN. Coming up here as San Diego prepares to go on the road at Orange County. That'll be on the 6th. The rest of the action here across the championship, including Las Vegas and San Antonio on Sunday the 7th. This is in progress right now. After New Mexico took down Orange County. Sacramento with a draw here atop the Western Conference standings right now, but still another point.
Yeah, it's a big point for Tulsa to pull out the tie there against the top team who have been in top form on the Western Division.
These are live standings, so in progress, live standings here across the Western Conference, which includes both El Paso Locomotive and San Diego. And you see, if the result holds here where we are at the half, El Paso would jump to 4th in the Western Conference, continuing their amazing recent run.
Yeah, and San Diego Loyal, they've got to try to fight. Equalize, look to steal a point, but even better yet, get all 3 points tonight.
This is why. This is why. These kids, these happy, healthy kids, they're the reason Rady Children's Hospital in San Diego was the first in the world to use ultra-rapid whole genome sequencing to diagnose and begin precise treatment for a critically ill baby in just 13 hours, taking a family from desperation to treatment. Because at Rady Children's, your kids always come first.
The thing that I'm most proud of is the fact that we've always stood up for what's right. Rincon was the first tribe to have gaming, so it's really evolved into something that benefits everyone. Our people benefited, we're up out of poverty. Local surrounding communities have benefited, they get additional services that we never had. When you have the opportunity to give back and help, you should step up. It's a responsibility to help others like we were helped. We were given a chance, we're paying back.
Adventure awaits. USC Credit Union is now Blue Peak. From buying your first home to booking that bucket list trip, we're saving for your golden years. Blue Peak is here to support all your life adventures, and we've been doing it for more than 85 years. Today, we are proud to serve broad and diverse communities and deliver the personalized service you deserve. So go ahead, blaze your own trail, and become a Blue Peak member today. Visit us online at bluepeak.com.
Getting set for our second 45 tonight at Torero Stadium in San Diego. It's a 1-0 advantage for El Paso. Locomotive striking early. Part of our first half highlights brought to you by the Rincon tribe here in San Diego. And early on, these two teams battling for possession, but it was El Paso who struck first.
Yeah, and such a difficult goal if you're San Diego Loyal, but they do well here, El Paso. This nice slip ball. No one is marking Zacharias. He takes the shot, sliding Kyle Adams. It bounces off him just the right. bounce to bounce right over Koke Vegas' head, who had nothing he could have done on that one.
That was our only goal of the first half, though it would not be our only chance. How about this one? It didn't go in.
Yeah, I don't know how that one didn't get across that line. Damas didn't quite get enough on that one after a beautiful Stoneman header that comes off the bar. And then Paso here find an open Petrovic, which you do not want to leave him open. Thankfully, he pulls that wide for San Diego Loyal. And again, Joe Corona out here working his magic, his experience, loops it in. Yuma missed clear, and Nick Moon gets that back across, and Damas, it came in so quick, he's not able to get his footing to get a proper shot off.
Possession relatively even here, and that's kind of how the game has been played. I mean, it's been an even match, save for the deflected shot that went in for El Paso.
Yeah, outside of that goal, it really has been even. I think Loyal started to get their form towards the end of the half, a little more energy. We are going to see 2 subs now coming in, Camden Riley and Colin Martin. Martin's in for Guido. Hopefully
Riley
to bring some more legs.
Exactly, probably be in for Corona as well.
Yes.
So our substitutions are brought to you by Coralejo Tequila, and San Diego makes 2 at the 45-minute mark to start the second half. Both Riley and Colin Martin are in.
Yeah, and Colin Martin will be a straight-up switch for Corona. They both sit very well in that number 6 role and defend. I think now with Camden Riley coming in, it's going to push Moshe Bon up to the top, and Camden, who's a very versatile player, he's played, as we saw Wednesday night, in the back. He's now going to push into a more of a number 8 role.
That's a great call. So Riley will kind of play the 8. Charlie Adams perhaps moving even further forward in the 10 spot, with Moshe Bon and Damos up top for San Diego. Here is Riley, who chips it ahead on his first touch. Looking for Damos. Be clear. So those are the 2 subs brought to you by Coralejo Tequila, made by Nate Miller at the break for San Diego. We're off and running into this second half. It is Moshe Bon who is down for Loyal.
We've talked about this enough with only 6 subs, one of which is your keeper. It's a good sight to see Moshe Bon get back up, be able to shake that off.
Back to possession for Loyal. Adams. Was Colin Martin with his first touch. Martin coming into tonight after last year being the 3rd most accurate player in USL, is the most accurate passer in all of USL Championship here this season per 90 minutes.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, he and Corona, they just bring such experience and calmness out there. They do that grunt work there defensively, but also play so simply that it often doesn't stand out because it's not flashy, but it's solid and it's dependable.
61% last year, 66% this year for San Diego. He comes on at the half, as does Camden Riley. Who, as Shannon mentioned, is incredibly versatile. He's played center back, he's played midfield. I mean, he's been everywhere for San Diego. And especially in a stretch where you are playing 3 matches in 7 days. I mean, Nate Miller, after the home match against Tampa Bay, singled him out as one of the best players in the field. That's how good he has been.
And after that game Wednesday and how it played out and watching them come, other players that given an opportunity embrace that and take something of it, I think the culture and what Nate Miller's been building with this team was on show Wednesday night. I think what we experienced and witnessed that night is going to be a game changer for this team, because they now know what they have in them, that they can rely on each other, that mistakes were made, they can pick each other up. It was powerful to see a team come together like that and continue to battle against an MLS side throughout the night.
I mean, this is a team that, for a lot of them, have been together for 4 years now. But to see that kind of moment on the road against an MLS team, back and forth, and still be in it. Now sent in. Adams looking for Riley. But that's that kind. I mean, that's with 9 goals in a match. Thinking maybe, you know, if you're watching that, thinking it might be over at 2 or 3 different points.
Yeah, and I think, you know, they're fighting through such fatigue tonight, not just physically but emotionally. The highs and lows of that game, and then having to travel back to San Diego one day to recover and play again. But I think it's really set the standard and set the bar for the culture and just what this team is about, that Coach Nate's been building with a core of players that have been here from day one. And it's exciting to see other players step up and make the most of their moments.
There's 7 players in this roster who've been here all 4 years. Played ahead for Moon. Riley sending it through. It falls for Adams. Puts it back on the left foot. And it will go out for a corner, a rare corner tonight. Presented by San Diego Community Power. And San Diego will take it.
And a great start to the half for San Diego. They want nothing more than to find this equalizer early so they can then press to find the winning goal. The longer they let this go on, being down is going to wear on them physically and put more pressure on them. So they would love nothing more than to use this momentum right now and equalize.
Charlie Adams. Sending it in. It's tipped away, and we're going to get a goal kick restart. No, it's going to be a corner. So a change here. It will be a corner for San Diego, this time on the other side.
That's a good corner kick. Sometimes we see the ball doesn't get past that near post, doesn't give the team a chance, but that ball had Diaz, the keeper for Locomotive, come out for it. Kyle Adams saying he got shoved. He wanted a cleaner look at that, but he was pushed from behind.
Adams again. The fallback to him, and he chips it this time. Colin Martin. And cleared for El Paso.
Diaz has come out fishing on a couple of those. Floyo gets a little deflection or something on that.
What a ball from Coque Vegas for Moon. Moon with a cross. He'll keep it in play. Martin with a left foot this time. And it goes a goal kick.
Tell you what, for someone on the older side of the league, Yuma plays so smart and so solid. He's shut down the attack a few times for Loyal. He's such a presence in that center back role for Locomotive.
He's been great tonight. Quick stoppage in play. Like Rose may have gotten a cut real quick on his arm, so he has come off just momentarily.
Better.
Moon through Moshavan for Rally. Chipping it up and over, and Diaz doing well to recover and come back to it.
You like that idea, though, because Diaz was stuck to his near post. He is able to drop and snag that out of the air, though, but that's going to force him to think twice now.
And Riley comes back to it, drawing the contact. Great crowd here tonight as well. Big time atmosphere in San Diego on this Saturday night. Our attendance this evening, 4,414 here at Torero Stadium. Great crowd on hand. San Diego and El Paso go at it tonight. And the flag is going to be up against Riley that time. First offside call of the night.
When you're that wide as a player, that's the most painful spot to be called offsides, because you have the luxury of seeing all the way across the line. A little too anxious there for Riley. Maybe not really used to being that far up the field. But if he had just taken a step back, he would have found himself with nothing but time on the ball. And again, that speaks to his versatility. We've seen him as a center back, we've seen him wide, we've seen him in the middle, and now he's pushing through. Players like that are such a luxury to have. They can fill the hole wherever you need it.
He's a guy who's been a defender here mostly for his time in San Diego. Played with RGV. Was Player of the Year in the West Coast Conference of Pacific. Was a big-time goal scorer. 19, the Tigers.
And he's one of those players that stepped up Wednesday night and had a phenomenal game.
Shaban for Moon. Stepping around the defender, Moon. Trying to volley that one in. Now Zacharias, who already has a goal in this match, able to play it out wide. Castillan. Lions. First real build-up in the second half for El Paso. And the whistle.
And we see tactically El Paso sitting back more defensively, looking for the counter. They had about 8 players in that box there on that shot. They're going to make it difficult for Loyal to break them down, and then they're going to look to break fast. That's just Zacharias putting his body between Moshaban and the ball, draws the contact, goes down with it. And this is a dangerous spot for a free kick. With Castillan on the ball and
headed, but still alive here. Lucho and Vegas will come out to it. We're going to get a card for a late kick on the keeper, but that was another good opportunity for El Paso. Lucho looking for his 5th of the season.
that ball's harder to save than it looks because there's so many bodies in the box. A simple deflection could play it past Koke Vegas. But you're going to see Pavkovic get the yellow card because he goes to ground sliding and makes contact with Koke Vegas. Beautiful ball with the spin. Elijah's not able to clear it. Lucho off his chest in a full volley. Yeah, just a little bit of a late kick after Koke had that. Referee's always going to err on the side of the keeper and protect them.
Benson Pavkovic not a hungry given the yellow card. Ooh, Damos, that was almost threaded through. Now the defense collapsing upon El Paso's number 10.
You see the frustration there in Charlie Adams. Such a fine needle he tried to thread.
And our referee has gone down to a knee here just for a moment. So we get the training staff out. We're on to the 57th minutes, and now 58.
It looks like Toomey saying they made Moshe Bond, I think she collided. Toomey pointed to his shoulder as if they made contact. Incidental, obviously, in the run of play. Tough to say what happened, but she's up on her feet. She's had a really good game. And you appreciate that players from both sides took the time to check. And obviously medical staff out there. see that Moshe Bond's running. Incidental contact. She doesn't see him coming. It's one of those that might hurt a little more tomorrow. Looks like she's going to be okay.
Right off the shoulder of Moshe Bond, so she'll stay with us here. And we are back to action. San Diego Loyals hitting the road for their next USL Championship match. It'll come up on Saturday the 6th. This is on the road at Orange County, just up to 7 p.m. on Saturday, May 6th, a week from tonight, against Orange County. Match will air on Fox 5 San Diego as well. A week from tonight.
I think that stoppage in play is good for Loyal to catch their breath, but at the same time, they did have the momentum. And whenever you have a stoppage of play, that momentum goes back up for grabs.
A collision here. Ooh, and a yellow for Perez.
That's a tough yellow for me. Perez actually had the ball and was going for it. That's just incidental contact as they both lunged for it. Nothing intentional there, and Perez actually tried to avoid Lyons. Referee saw it different.
All right, stepping in front, what a ball from Moon. Toomey, the top of the box. On the hesitation, no, there it is! Toomey town here in the 60th!
Beautiful, beautiful quality strike from Moshe Bond. He actually had Diaz out of his goal when he first picks that ball up. I almost thought he was going to shoot it here. Diaz is actually scrambling back, beats Yuma, beats Rose, picks out the corner. Absolute, that is just magic. Individual 1v1. Look at that. Beats Diaz very simply. Most people are trying to power that. He's bending that in. That's his sign. It's Toomey time. What a beautiful finish at a key time for San Diego Loyal.
Incredibly impressive stop. Moshe Bond waits, finds his spot, picks it out, and fires away. San Diego's all-time leading scorer has picked up his 18th career strike to tie this match as we move to the 62nd now. His first of the season, and his 18th all-time for San Diego.
Surprising that that's the first of the season for him. What a beautiful goal for this first.
Moshe Bond. The hesitation, the control, and then the rocket to the back post.
And it's beautiful too because, as we said, Locomotive have done so well getting numbers in the box. So those balls on the ground, they need to be picked out like he did there, that back post. But jukes two players and a beautiful quality finish.
Perez chipping it ahead. Here's Toomey ahead, Ronaldo. Comes back for Perez. He'll take it on the touchline with a cross. And this will go out for another San Diego corner. San Diego knocking on the door again. Charlie Adams. High into the air, that one from Stoneman, but taken by Diaz.
You can sense the urgency from Loyal. They sense that they've got Locomotive on the ropes. They want to get that go-ahead goal now. Diaz trying to slow play it. He wants to take the sting out of this game.
Don't stand there, but stand like
Loyal
right
need to
there and take a
keep
look at it.
pressing, keep this momentum in this fight up.
No, I want you
Lions.
guys to cheer so I can get you on.
Calvillo. Wide. Oh, beautiful give and go. This one in an immediate response. In the second of the year, Castician makes it 2-1 El Paso. A great give and go and an assist to Lucho, who's right there.
And it's a beautiful finish, and that's the player that Nate Miller in pregame talk said, number 10, he is special, but great combination play there. Plays it off of Lucho, times it well, right into the stride. And Castician just gets behind Perez. He didn't have the legs to stay with him, and he buries that.
That's a beautiful give and go. Second goal of the night. The first one was a ricochet goal. This one, a perfect buildup from El Paso.
Yeah, that one they definitely earned, and it's a great response for El Paso. And I would say against the flow of play, against the momentum.
Yeah. Loyal just responding with Mo Shaban, his first of the season, 18th career. El Paso coming right back to regain the lead. A one-goal advantage, 2-1. And a whistle here as Adams is taken down. And Colin Martin plays it quickly. San Diego wants to move.
This is where games like Wednesday help them. You don't sense that there's a panic for Loyal. They're still sticking to their game plan, moving the ball around, looking to break the lines. They know they can battle back from being down.
Colin Martin. Now Lucho. A nifty move to keep possession. Lucho off his assist. And again, pushing forward.
When 3 came over, yeah.
Sent in and back post. Decent look there. But it goes out wide. Single match tickets are on sale now. They start just $15, including the next home match here at Torero Stadium. 2 weeks from now, Saturday, May 13th, 7 p.m. against Rio Grande Valley. SDLoyal.com/tickets for all the info. SDLoyal.com/tickets, starting just $15. Moon. And will go as a goal kick.
It's actually really well defended by Borelli. Little hesitation led to Nick Moon hesitating. He usually would take that out of the air first time.
We're going to get a pair of substitutions here. Eric McHugh out of Sweden. Now for Castician, who just scored his second of the season. And Aaron Gomez will be on for Ricardo Zacharias, who scored his third of the year. So Gomez coming in. That battle with Lucho, that all-time goal-scoring list for El Paso.
And if you're Loyal, you're happy to see both goal scorers on the night go have a seat. But it also means fresh legs for Locomotive.
go out and come to San Diego. Loyal Match Day, the ultimate setting for your next group outing. Group tickets, amazing experience, starting here just $10 per person. Entertaining clients, hosting company outings, gathering with friends and family. Nothing like match day experience here at San Diego with your group. $10 per ticket. Unique experiences as well. High five tunnel, pre and post game. Photos on the field. Post-match penalty kicks. All the information, sdloyal.com/tickets. 858-465-GOAL. Tickets at sdloyal.com by email. Online, sdloyal.com/tickets. Riley stepping up to it. Play it ahead. Perez. The touchline, and it will be a corner for San Diego. Great start on that build-up from Camden Riley.
And Diaz, he's expecting those crosses. He was already out almost at a 6. I would almost love to see whoever's out wide to try to play that in actually as a shot on goal.
Martin, and ooh, that one came through. Stoneman got a foot on it from Colin Martin, but it goes wide.
That one he needed to kind of put a little spin on. Try to spin it to that back post.
You buy the newest SD Loyal gear, including kits, the Charlie Collection, some unique designs you can't find anywhere else. All at the SD Loyal shop. Online at theshop.sdloyal.com or in person at the shop in Mission Valley. Riley, well done with defenders all over him. Here is Elijah Martin. Toomey off his first goal of the season. Colin Martin sends it ahead, looking for Thomas. And Lucho is going to be called for the foul, running through Stoneman.
That's an easy call. As much as Lucho's laughing that off, that's an easy call for the referee. Didn't even play the ball there.
Colin Martin pushing up. Sitting ahead looking for Perez.
Locomotive have done a good job going back into their shell and being compact and organized defensively. Now that they've taken the lead again, they're just going to try to run out the clock and send these long balls, let Lucho chase them down or just catch their breath. But Loyal are going to have to work hard to break down this organized defense.
Toomey staying with it.
Paso, they have all 10 field players in this 40 by 20 yard box. And they just shift and adjust. These quick passes breaking the lines like that there are what's needed.
So that is a goal kick now for El Paso. Up 2-1 here in the 74th.
Never underestimate the journey of a champion. Because most champions are seldom celebrated. Palomar Health, champions of healthcare, champions for you.
Restart for Locomotive. 2-1 advantage. San Diego getting Mo Shaban in the score sheet to equal the match, only to have the immediate response from El Paso here in the second.
It does suck the wind out of you a little bit when you have a beautiful goal like that to equalize, only to let them come right back down the field, take the lead back. But again, the character they showed Wednesday night.
Perez on the end of it.
Referee had a great vantage point of that. Perez trying to look for the call there, but she saw that the whole way. Good non-call.
Lucho coming back to it off his assist. What is right now the go-ahead goal. Elijah Martin now. Chipped in, Damos, but the flag is up. And it's going to be an offside call just ahead of the line. Very, very close.
That was a close one, but you saw there what makes Ronaldo special, that individual talent. Spins out of pressure, buries it. Have to see the replay on that. It was awfully close, though.
Doesn't last forever.
So it remains 2-1. El Paso in front. Moon. Trying to turn the corner. Fights back to it. Moon still with it. And now goes down. There's the whistle, and San Diego out of the restart.
Play like another corner kick, but also gives Charlie Adams with his left foot a good look on the goal if Diaz happens to try to cheat on this. Playing hard, and then Moon gets back up on it. I think he actually kind of had his feet slip out from under him.
Adams sends it in. Ooh, just punch free. Perez, we get a swing at it, and it goes high.
Moose challenged Diaz there, and then Perez with the misclear. That's the one you want to drive that hard and low with those many bodies in the box there. If he could have kept that low. It's a beautiful bending ball in. Diaz goes up. Damus is just there. He's not able to cleanly punch it because of the pressure from Damus. And Perez, ball bounces to him. Drive that low, make it come off someone, catch Diaz.
On to the 78. Martin trying to go ahead for Damos. It's Yuma who clears.
They're so close to that little final pass, getting through or getting over. Ronaldo's making those runs to try to sneak in behind. It's just a fine needle because the Locomotive are so compact and organized.
Best chance for an equalizer has come off the offside call against Damus, who was right there.
jumbo. I don't know where those guys are.
Moon slips it in for Riley. Riley, take it down. Stay with it. Tries to square. Now he'll play it back. Elijah Martin. Down to the corner, and it's going to be a goal kick. Well, the official San Diego Loyal SC podcast is the Always Loyal podcast, telling the story of San Diego Loyal, providing breaking news, inside access, interviews, discussion, analysis. New episodes published every Wednesday. The Always Loyal podcast with Darren Smith and Jordan Carruth, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, wherever you listen to your podcasts. Subscribe, rate, and download today the Always Loyal podcast. We get more substitutions here, brought to you by Corralejo Tequila. There'll be 2 of them, it looks like, for El Paso. The next stoppage, they're lining up a couple of subs. Here is Damos. Line for Adams, and it goes out. So this is the sub now. Luis Herrera. And Emmanuel Sanupe will come on for El Paso. Petr Petrovic. There'll be one coming off, and it looks like Pavkovic as well. So 2 more subs for Locomotive, and that will be the end of their substitutions. Back to action now in the 81st minute at 2-1. Adams plays it down the line for Moshaban. Toomey sending it across, looking back post. It's still alive! And just clear. Diaz got a foot on it. A kick save away. It'll be a throw in for San Diego.
Diaz made a mess of that, but then saved his own hide with the second save.
Loyal knocking on the door again with 10 to play. Moon. And we get a foul. So it will be a card, a yellow issued here, and San Diego will have a set piece opportunity. It's Borelli who picks up the yellow for El Paso.
I think that's a part accumulation of number of times he's taken Moon down. Yeah, he just gets both his feet, the tail end there, right in front of the AR. Another dangerous position here for San Diego Loyal. Can they make something out of this?
Yeah, 32 to my right. 8 in front and 32 to my right.
Diaz has come fishing. I think bend this in there and tempt him to come off his line again. He's already off.
We're going to get another yellow issued to the bench. It's not the head coach, I don't think. One of the bench players receiving a yellow for El Paso.
Referees are communicating, so that's something that the fourth or the AR have heard.
Adams swinging it in. Punched high. It will be a corner now for San Diego. It was the El Paso assistant coach who got the yellow. Their head coach has already picked up one as well. So now Adams will take the corner for San Diego. We have moved on to the 84th. Adams going low here. Martin plays it ahead. Adams, another chance for a cross. Going low, sending it in, near post. Dalmos was right there again. It'll be a goal kick for Locomotive.
I'm not sure how that did not go in. That's a lovely setup. First, Colin Martin with the through ball here to Adams, who bends that in first time. I think the ball just got caught up under Ronaldo's feet there. It's tough to tell from that angle.
And Diaz may have made a good play on it.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, for San Diego on the throw-in. Adams. Toomey. Back for Colin Martin. Adams gets a cross on it, and Diaz is there. Lucho was trying to go out on the counter here. Stoneman coming back to it. Play it back for Vegas. Now the USL on ESPN continues. Miami head to Kentucky, facing Louisville. Start of the new season of USL on ESPN Saturday, May 13th. 2 weeks from now, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific on ESPN2. It's Louisville City and Miami FC. '86th minute. Moshaban from Adams, beautiful ball. Kyle Adams looking for a cross. It's low and just volleyed wide.
That's how you break down a tight, compact, organized defense. Quick, sharp, one-touch passes.
Martin ahead. Toomey and just ahead of his left foot.
I would love to see someone from outside the box take a shot from range. Diaz is playing 3 yards off his line. I don't know if they can see that down there. We've got the advantage of being up high. But he is tempting someone to test him.
Good ball from Vegas. Here's Colin Martin. Adams cutting it back and taken down. Going to be just outside the box.
So close. So close to being a penalty.
Just outside the 18.
And tactically, Coach Miller has pushed Charlie Adams out to the left. We see Perez now more underneath Ronaldo and Toomey. And that's working. It's been effective because Adams with his left foot, you see there, he does get clipped. That's a great move. Just outside the box, though, otherwise it would have been a PK. It is a yellow to Lions. But that tactical shift has really helped Loyal break down the defensive Locomotive.
I know, he's right in back of me. We're gonna switch it, so.
Martin swinging it in. Design play from Charlie Adams and Colin Martin. Elijah ahead for Charlie Adams. Adams swinging it in, and Diaz is there.
Ronaldo just a bit late to make that near post run. If he makes that run a little earlier, it's get in the eyesight of Diaz, not make it a little bit more difficult. It could squirt through, or he could get something on that for the near post goal.
Looks like we're going to get 6 minutes of stoppage time as San Diego tries to come back with an equalizer late. And El Paso looks to hold on for what would be a 4th win to go with a draw in their last 5. Incredible run.
You can't say enough about the character of Loyal. 3 games in 6 days. El Paso had the luxury of only playing last weekend, but Loyal are outpossessing them. They have more momentum, but granted, Locomotives, they're on the road. They're buckling in and just trying to defend.
And their second goal was really a very nice buildup. A chance here for Locomotive. Toomey picks up in the defensive third. There's the official mark. 6 minutes of stoppage time added on. Kyle Adams. Stoneman for Martin. Makes the turn out wide now for Adams. And it'll be a corner for San Diego.
Nuance to that little ball from Colin Martin, though, is he puts just the perfect pace on it that it lets up and allows Charlie Adams to first time whip that in. Unfortunately, knocked out for a corner.
Here it comes. Adams going low this time. That one just wide. It's going to be a corner on the other side.
Excuse me. Thanks.
San Diego went to the far post. And it goes just wide.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ball finds its way all the way through to Nick Moon, who just has it deflected out. Well defended by Lyons. Hands behind his back, throws his hip at it.
Yeah, no, he's not.
Good look for Moon.
Adams. Martin sending it in. San Diego again calling for a handball in the box. Back for Martin. Stoneman finds it. Flicked ahead looking for Riley. And it's going to go long.
This is the gamesmanship. When you're on the side of the team that's up and you slow the clock, you enjoy it. But when you're on the losing side and the players are going to slow play, it drives you crazy. Referee does a good job telling Yuma, get up, let's play. Also had a word with Diaz about his pace of play.
This will go out for, oh, it's going to be an El Paso throw. Stoneman across midfield. Mid one for Kyle Adams. Ahead now for Moshaban. Well defended. Colin Martin able to cut it off. Adams. Charlie now making a run. Going high back post. And too far.
Nick Moon has to actually hold his run. He could be on the back side of that, then run in and crash the back postlet. Got caught coming in a little too early looking for the perfect ball, which allows Locomotive to slow play this throw in, chew up some more minutes.
The play advantage. Adams, not wide for Toomey. Toomey! And Diaz taking it down.
Not a bad look there from Moshaban. He actually did have a bit more of the near post, but just drove that right into the hands of Diaz.
Good first touch from Sanupe, who's on as a sub here for El Paso, but Kyle Adams takes it away. Moshaban. Martin crossing it in. Ronaldo. And it will be, an offside it looks like, just in front of net.
I think Ronaldo was off, but Riley was on. And Riley actually was looking to take that shot. Still good play from Colin Martin. Beats 2-3 players, whipping that in.
This one's going to go wide. Sanupe actually got a real good look at it. A couple of good first touches from him coming on.
That was a great look by Sanupe. Almost caught Koke Vegas. A good dive, he had it covered. Well, they're saying he actually got a hand on it. They're giving the corner to...
Wow.
Well, then great save by Koke.
Okay. That'll be another corner. And that'll do it. El Paso, 4 wins and a draw in their last 5. And they take this one here 2-1 as San Diego falls for the first time at home here in 2023.
It's a tough loss for Loyal, but when you look at the whole picture of what this week was and the effort and the character they showed tonight, they continued to fight back. They just didn't have that Loyal magic they had Wednesday night of all those late equalizers, but still a hard-fought battle for San Diego Loyal.
Toomey Moshaban is our player of the match, brought to you by Palomar Health, scoring his first goal of the season, his 18th career to lead San Diego's franchise, as Moshaban is our Palomar Health man of the match.
And it was a beautiful individual effort there. Moshaban dancing across the top of the 18.
Getting his first goal of the season. He also created our assist of the match. It's brought to you by Lucia Capital. When reaching for your financial planning and investing goals, Lucia Capital Group is there to assist you every step of the way. Lucia Capital Group, wealth management and investing service for all loyal San Diegans. Go to lucialoyal.com to get started tonight. lucialoyal.com.
It's a great little touch by Nick Moon. Steps in front, is able to play a well-paced ball into the path of Moshaban, and then let him do the rest with his individual brilliance.
So 2-1 is your final. We're back to wrap things up here at Torero Stadium. El Paso 4-3-1 now on the season, but their last 5 have been incredible as they move up to 4th place in the West. 2-1's the final here tonight at Torero Stadium. 'Cause
Never underestimate the journey of a champion. Because most champions are seldom celebrated. Palomar Health. Champions of healthcare. Champions for you.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Yeah.
Sick.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Did you know that every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care? A 2-year or 25,000-mile maintenance plan and roadside assistance. That's the value you can expect from Toyota.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
San Diego falls here tonight's 2-1 to El Paso Locomotive. They've won their fourth, along with a draw in their last 5 matches. A 2-1 victory here today. First loss at home since October 23rd for San Diego in the playoffs in the regular season, August 24th here at Torero Stadium. Let's take a look at our highlights here from this one, starting in the 14th minute for El Paso.
This is just the most unfortunate goal for San Diego Loyal. Locomotive do well here to find Zacharias slipping in behind the backs as Kyle Adams goes to ground trying to block it. It just deflects up and over Coque Vegas. Well done by Zacharias, but just a poor deflection there. That's a heartbreak if you're Loyal, but they battled back.
And San Diego would have their opportunities toward the end of the first half. This one goes off the post, off the defender, was eventually cleared.
Yeah, Stoneman with a great header off a beautiful delivery from Corona, and then Damus just not able to really get a whole piece of that. It's cleared off the line by Locomotive.
El Paso even would have extra chances with their 1-goal advantage in the first half with Petrovic.
Yeah, Petrovic, who's so dangerous on the ball. Loyal fortunate here that he hits that out wide, because that's usually where he's very dangerous.
The attempts keep coming again for San Diego, who saw earlier. This is toward the end of the first half.
That's Corona again, ball in that Yuma's not able to clear, and Moon plays it back across, and Damus again, he was putting himself in such good positions, but none of them just fell his way tonight.
So in the 62nd for San Diego, that's where Loyal was able to get the equalizer behind Tumi Moshaban.
That's a beautiful step there by Nick Moon, and then Moshaban does the rest, dancing, beating 2 Locomotive players, and then the weight of the goal here, he picks his head up, he sees Diaz is out, and he just slots it, bending around him into that back post. But then Locomotive quick to respond here. Costashin into Lucho. Look at that beautiful teamwork. Wall pass right there, and great finish by Costashin, leaves zero question about that. But the movement off the ball, he keeps running, and Lucho finds him in stride, gets in behind Perez, and buries that.
Final stats here tonight. San Diego winds up with twice as many shots and 2/3 of the possession, but it's Locomotive who comes away with the win.
Yeah, and with that possession, you could feel how deflated Loyal are, but they need to pick their heads up. It's been a long week. Now they can rest. They can work on some of these injuries, regroup, come back stronger. They've proven what character they have. They battled tonight. They just didn't have that magic of those late equalizers like they had on Wednesday night.
Now they'll play on consecutive Saturdays after this, so full weeks off as San Diego falls here tonight. They go on the road to Orange County and are back home in 2 weeks against Rio Grande Valley 2 weeks from tonight. That'll do it for us here this evening. Thanks to our producer, Justin Cohen, and our entire crew. For Shannon McMillan, I'm Jack Cronin. San Diego falls for the first time at home this season. El Paso continues their amazing run of late. They're moving up the Western Conference standings. The final here tonight at Torero Stadium, 2-1 in favor of Locomotive.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.